John Cena's March 17th promo on Monday Night Raw was supposed to be a game-changer. Fans were waiting for this heel turn to mark a new chapter in his career, where the crowd would witness a darker, more cynical version of the 16-time WWE champion. What we got, though, was a promo that left many wondering. Did Cena miss a massive opportunity with his heel turn? As Cena walked out to the ring that night, he was greeted with a split crowd, half cheering, half jeering. "Let's go, Cena," they shouted in unison, while on the other side, a chorus of "Cena sucks" rang out just as loudly. The arena was alive with energy, and the tension in the air was palpable. Cena, as usual, was dressed in his traditional red t-shirt and baseball cap, with his theme song blasting through the arena speakers. It was a typical Cena entrance, a familiar moment for fans who had grown up watching him in his prime. But this time, there was something different. Cena wasn't the happy, smiling, never-give-up hero he had been for years. As the boos grew louder, Cena faked walking out of the ring. The crowd responded by getting even louder, chanting, "You sold out." It was clear. The fans were not prepared for what was about to unfold. And then Cena dropped a bombshell. He stood in the ring and addressed the crowd, his voice filled with frustration and resentment. For the first time in his WWE career, he didn't smile or act like the good guy. Instead, Cena made it clear that he wasn't here to please anyone anymore. He wasn't a babyface, he wasn't a heel. He was a human being who had been mistreated by the very fans who had once adored him. This was the beginning of Cena's long-awaited heel turn, and it was something that no one had seen coming. Cena spoke candidly about his feelings, saying that for 25 years he had been in a toxic relationship with the WWE Universe. They had made him their hero, only to tear him down again and again. Cena pointed out that no matter how many victories he racked up, it was never enough for the fans. The constant pressure to be the smiling, perfect hero took a toll on Cena, and in this promo, he let it all out. He admitted that for years he had been bullied by the fans, expected to put on a happy face even when he didn't feel like it. He said, "I've been the victim of an abusive relationship, and for 25 years the fans have been the ones who have made me feel this way." He went on to talk about how the fans had treated him like a toy to play with, only to discard him when they grew tired of him. Cena revealed that after everything he had given to the company, after all the sacrifices, the fans still hated him. They were never satisfied, always wanting more, but never appreciating what he had already done for them. This was the turning point in Cena's character arc. The man who had once been WWE's golden boy was now a jaded and bitter figure, ready to stand up for himself and break free from the expectations that had defined his career. Cena went on to explain how the fans had taken everything from him. He spent years giving his all to WWE, but it was never enough. Every time he thought he had finally earned their respect, they would turn on him, and he would be back at square one. And then came the announcement that shocked everyone. Cena announced his retirement. He said that he had planned to retire to finally get along with the fans one last time. He even announced a farewell tour, giving the fans one last opportunity to show their appreciation for everything he had done for them. But as expected, the fans ruined it. They didn't care about Cena's feelings, only about what they could get from him. They didn't want to see him retire on his own terms. They wanted him to give them one last match, one last performance, one last moment. But Cena wasn't having it anymore. Cena's frustration reached a boiling point when he spoke about his refusal to change his music or gear. He said, "I don't want to give you new music or new gear because you don't deserve it. You want me to change for you, but I'm not doing it. You're going to see me for who I am, not who you want me to be." He explained that he didn't want to give the fans the satisfaction of seeing him in something new. Instead, he wanted them to look at what they had done to him, to see the man he had become because of their constant rejection. The tension in the arena was thick as Cena's words cut through the air. He wasn't playing the hero anymore. He was playing the victim of a toxic relationship, a man who had been used and abused by the very people he had tried so hard to please. Cena wasn't asking for sympathy. He wasn't asking for the fans to love him again. He was simply telling them the truth about the years of abuse he had endured at their hands. And that's when Cena made his most pointed comment. He called the fans pathetic. He told them that they had used him, worn his words like a badge of honor, and then discarded him when they were done with him. He said, "You wear my words, but you never listen to them. You sit in the crowd and cheer for me when it's convenient, but the moment I'm not the person you want me to be, you turn on me." Cena's words were harsh, but they were the truth. The fans had used him, and now he was done trying to please them. At this point, Cena dropped the bombshell that would change everything. He declared that he was breaking up with the fans, whether they liked it or not. He said that the relationship was over, and the fans were wrong to expect him to keep giving them everything. This was Cena's official heel turn. He wasn't the hero anymore. He wasn't the guy who always smiled and waved at the fans. He was a man who had finally realized that he had given everything to the wrong people. And now, it was time for him to walk away. But here's the problem. Cena missed one key element in his promo. He never mentioned The Rock. Now, let's take a moment to break this down. Cena's heel turn was about his frustration with the fans, but there was a major part of his story that was left untold. The Rock had played a pivotal role in Cena's evolution, especially in the years leading up to his first heel turn. The Rock, like Cena, had been betrayed by the fans, and it was through The Rock's influence that Cena realized how to fight back. Cena's alliance with The Rock, his decision to embrace the fans' expectations in order to win the title one more time. That's what gave Cena the edge he needed to transform into the man we see today. But in this promo, Cena never mentioned The Rock. He never acknowledged the role that The Rock played in his career, and that's a huge missed opportunity. Without The Rock's influence, Cena's heel turn feels incomplete. The Rock was the one who showed Cena how to turn the tables on the fans, how to manipulate their emotions, how to take control of his career. But Cena didn't mention that. Instead, he focused solely on his personal grievances with the fans. And while those feelings were valid, the absence of The Rock's name made the promo feel like it was missing a crucial piece of the puzzle. So what could have made this heel turn stronger? What was the missing link that would have made Cena's promo hit harder? It was The Rock. Cena needed to bring up their history together. He needed to explain how The Rock's own betrayal had influenced his decision to turn on the fans. Cena's heel turn wasn't just about him. It was about what The Rock had taught him. And without acknowledging that, Cena's promo didn't feel as complete as it could have. But let's not get it twisted. This was still one of the best promos we've seen from Cena in years. It was raw, it was emotional, and it was filled with truth. Cena's character arc has been building to this moment for a long time, and while it wasn't perfect, it was a step in the right direction. The promo was still must-see television, and the crowd's reaction was a testament to how powerful Cena's words were. The international crowd ate up every word he said, and for a moment, they were right there with him, feeling his pain and frustration. But there's still work to be done. Cena's heel turn needs more than just words. It needs a deeper evolution of his character, and that's something we didn't see in this promo. Cena needs to fully embrace the heel persona, and that means more than just standing in the ring and talking about how the fans have wronged him. He needs to show the fans that he's changed. He needs to act like a true heel, not just a guy who's tired of being the good guy. And then there's Cody Rhodes. Rhodes' response to Cena was immediate and cutting. Rhodes walked out to a massive ovation, and as Cena stood there, seething with anger, Rhodes ripped into him. He called Cena whiny and challenged him to show up at WrestleMania as the real John Cena, not this new version who had turned his back on the fans. Rhodes' words were sharp, and the crowd ate them up. This was the kind of response that Cena should have been prepared for, but instead, Cena just stood there, letting Rhodes walk away. He didn't retaliate. He didn't show any anger. He just stood there, and that was another missed opportunity. If Cena truly embraced the heel turn, he would have gone after Rhodes. He would have done something to prove that this new Cena wasn't just another version of the same old character. Cena could have physically attacked Rhodes, launched into a verbal tirade, or done anything that would show that he was ready to fully embrace the darkness. But instead, he just stood there. And that's a problem. At the end of the day, Cena's heel turn was a powerful moment in WWE television. But it wasn't perfect. Cena missed a critical opportunity by not mentioning The Rock, and he missed another opportunity by not fully committing to the heel persona. But the story isn't over. Cena's journey is far from complete, and WrestleMania is just around the corner. The real question is, will Cena finally embrace the dark side, or will he continue to hold back? Only time will tell. But for now, we're left with more questions than answers. The ball is in Cena's court. It's time for him to step up and show the WWE Universe what this new version of John Cena is truly capable of. The next chapter in his career is about to unfold, and it's up to him to make sure it's one that fans will remember for years to come.